What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2023 movie Transformers Rise of the Beast. So in this movie, when a new threat capable of destroying the Earth emerges, the Autobots team up with the Maximals and humans Noah and Elena to save the Earth in the ultimate battle. So this is a really fun movie. I was very, very impressed with it. I did not expect to like it near as much as I did and everything. I think the story is pretty good. Like, it's one of the best stories for a Transformers movie, I think. And everything is, it's crazy. You get rid of Michael Bay and you really get good stories with these movies and everything. This is a really good movie and everything. The cast are great in here. Anthony Ramos is really great as Noah. Only other things I think I've seen him in was I think he was in The Height, and In the Heights, that movie was pretty good. And then of course the new Twisters movie that came out earlier this year, which I loved and everything. He's a new rising star that I think has a lot of promise. I don't know how long he's been around or anything, but he's new to me. But he's really good in this movie as Noah. He's a very likable character, and I think this is one of the most likable lead characters we've had in a Transformers movie, right up there with Haley Steinfeld's character from Bumblebee and Shia LaBeouf's character from the original movies and everything. And I think he's a really good human character. And Dominique Fishback as Elena is really good too. I think she does a really good job. And although Elena is one of the characters in this movie that she didn't necessarily have to be in it, they could have wrote her out of it and the movie wouldn't have changed too much. But I'm still glad she's in it and stuff. Maximals are all welcomed additions to the Transformers characters and stuff, especially Optimus Prime. Well, he's just really badass and awesome to watch and everything. I've always been intrigued by seeing him in a movie, and I think he's just really awesome. Everything, but I think all of them are great too. The one that's like a hawk, I can't remember what her name is, but she's really good too. And the Rhino one looks really cool, although that one is a little bit underdeveloped and not even really used very well. And the Autobots are all great as always, as you would expect. Optimus Prime is awesome and badass too, and seeing him and Optimus Prime will team up is so much fun and everything. And one of my favorite parts in the entire movie is when they're fighting one of the bad guys, and Optimus Prime almost has him, and Optimus Prime just shows up and beats the living crap out of the character and kills him and stuff, and Optimus Prime is like, he was mine. And it's just, I don't know why, but that part just cracked me up and everything. And the new Autobots that are in this movie are all likable and stuff, but the one that stood out the most is Mirage, who is voiced by Pete Davidson. And he is just absolutely hilarious and steals the show. I absolutely love him. He steals the show in the same way that Bumblebee did in the first movie and everything. He's just such a lovable character and everything. And while he's a smart ass and everything, he also brings a lot of heart to this movie as well, just like Bumblebee did, just in a different way. But I think he's really great. And the action in here is really good too. There's a lot of really good action. It's not as over the top and everything as it was in the first movie, or first 5 movies really with Michael Bay and everything. The action is a lot different, but it is still really good. It's tamed down a little bit, but it's still really great. They focus more on the story and the plot and characters and stuff more than they do the action, and I think that works really good for this movie and everything, because it still does have plenty of action though. And this one also has a lot of heart and good emotional moments, which is something I love in the Transformers franchises. That's one thing that this franchise doesn't get enough credit for, is they do have a lot of good emotional moments, especially with the relationships between certain robots and the humans and stuff. It just works really good, and everything in this movie does it really, really well and everything, especially the relationship between Noah and Mirage. It's really well written and really fun to watch them go from not really knowing what to think of each other to becoming really good pals and everything. And by the end of it, when Mirage does his sacrifice, it gets really emotional also. But also getting to see Mirage transform onto Noah and stuff was pretty cool too. So I think there's a lot of cool things that we haven't seen in a Transformers movie that was pretty cool in here. I will say I didn't like that they made it where Bumblebee died at the end of the first act and he was gone throughout most of the movie and stuff. I didn't like that and everything because I knew he was going to come back anyway. This movie's a prequel to the first Transformers movie from 2007, so I knew he wasn't going to stay dead or anything. So I will say it is a little bit predictable on that end, but that being said, this is definitely a great addition to the Transformers franchise. It's got a lot of heart, tons of fun action, lovable characters, and just a really good time. It's just a fun movie. It's one that I really wish I would have gone to see in the theaters last year. I had the opportunity to go see it and I saw the stupid ass Indiana Jones movie instead, and now I really regret it because this movie is a blast and one of the biggest surprises of the year for me from last year and everything. I'm very late to the party, but I'm so glad that I finally saw this movie. And like all the other Transformers movies that I've missed in the theater, I regret not seeing this one on the big screen. So I'd give Transformers Rise of the Beast an 8 out of 10. It's a really fun movie, and also has me hyped and stuff because the way this movie ends, they set up the G.I. Joe crossover, and I can't wait to see that because I haven't reviewed the G.I. Joe movies yet, but I did enjoy the first one. I haven't seen anything after the first one yet, so that's a franchise I'm going to have to review here pretty soon, but maybe after the holidays I'll get around to that, if not before. But yeah, this is definitely a really good movie. If you're into the Transformers franchise and you've checked out because of The Last Night not being very good or whatever, I would highly recommend checking this one and Bumblebee out because they're two of the best Transformers movies for sure. So anyway, like I said, I'd give this one an 8 out of 10 and everything. So let me know in the comments what you think of Transformers Rise of the Beast. Did you like it? Do you think it's one of the best movies in the franchise like I do? Or do you think it's one of your least favorites? Let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good day, everybody.